Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As anticipated and expected, these guys in Washington obviously approved the $95.3 billion package for Ukraine in the Senate, and it's going to pass in the House as well. And if it's not going to pass in its 95.3 billion format, it's going to pass in something similar. Somehow the money will go to Ukraine. I have here three articles, one coming from the Americans, the other ones coming from the Ukrainians. So one from the Ukrainians, two from the Americans, for Associated Press and Huffington Post. HuffPost. I didn't pick HuffPost just because I like them whatsoever, but the title is very expressive, or at least help us understand what's behind all this propaganda. So let's start with Associated Press, then go HuffPost, and then to Ukrainska Pravda, and show you how these guys fought. They had fierce debates in the Senate if they should send $60 billion to Ukraine and $95.3 billion altogether to Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan, and whomever they decided. So let's start with the first article. Associated Press: Senate passes a 95.3 billion aid package for Ukraine and Israel, but fate in the House is uncertain. Now, see, they show us this person who's not there, who's a sick person. He's on the same par with Biden. Now, I would like to ask you, do you know who was the chief engine for this package in the Senate? Do you know the name? We know the name. Do you know the name? Okay, his name is Chuck Schumer. Right? Chuck Schumer is a Zelensky Stein. Zelensky is the chief in Ukraine, another Zelensky Stein. So Chuck Schumer, the senator of New York, he was the chief promoter, and he pushed everybody, and not pushed, he didn't have to push, he pretended, to pull the strings. And they show us in Associated Press about 5 pictures, none of them featuring Chuck Schumer. Do you know why? Because they want to hide actually who's who and what's what. Now, obviously this imbecile is an imbecile and a traitor, in my assessment. Why? I think he's a traitor for our country. And here this guy, next picture. All right, let's go to next. Right here, again, is McConnell. This is not Schumer. This is again not Schumer. And this is again not Schumer. And we go back to the first one. Pop, 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 pop. So none of these pictures feature the main guy to tell us he did it. Because some people might make some connections. Please don't make those connections. Don't connect those dots whatsoever, okay? Now you can say, well, Mitch McConnell could have stopped it. Oh. Well, if you really believe in this democracy, supposedly, and in our elected officials doing our, how should I put it, looking for our interest, well, you're either in both instances, those people are infantile, ignorant, or just criminal. If you really believe that these guys are fighting for us. So let's see what these guys are saying. The Senate early Tuesday passed a $95.3 billion aid package for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, pushing ahead after months of difficult negotiations. No, I told you it's going to happen. No negotiation. And amid growing political divisions in the Republican Party of the role of the United States abroad. This is just for us to think that they really are two really opposite parties that fight, for the interest, both of them for our interests, but they have a different vision on that. No, they're on the same page. We are on the different page than they are. So it's those guys against us. And in the meantime, they throw us here a little bit of a race bait, xenophobia, LGBTQ, things like this, identification. We find like as I said, like the maggots on a carcass. And they are the guys providing the carcass. You know, they are feeding us the carcass. It's our carcass. After that carcass is dead, is not dead, is gone, what are we going to do? Eat one another? And they're still over there. So easy, my friends. Now, the vote came after a small group of Republicans opposed to the $60 billion for Ukraine held the Senate floor through the night. Oh my God, wasn't that harsh? Using the final hours of debate to argue that the US should focus on its own problems before sending more money overseas. But 22 Republicans voted with nearly all Democrats to pass the package 70 to 29. See? So it's still hard, man. We still have there's division. It's A or B. No C, D, E, F. No. It's just Democrats and Republicans. All right. So this is, and again, with this bill, the Senate declares that American leadership will not waver, will not falter, will not fail, said Senate's Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who worked closely with Republican leader Mitch McConnell on the legislation. They're on the same page. Now let's go to the next article, the HuffPost article. Senate passes Ukraine-Israel aid bill after fierce GOP debate. Fierce, my friends. It was fought very hard. But it's not clear if House Speaker Mike Johnson will allow a vote on it in the lower chamber. Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will. Next one. And these are the guys who are celebrating their destruction, their own destruction, which are the Ukrainians. U.S. Senate approves U.S. dollars 60 billion aid bill for Ukraine. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful, right? Yeah. These guys are just the ones that promote this are telling their people, guys, the whole world loves you, but you have to die for them. Oh, no. You die for you against these evil Russian invaders. And once you all die, they will make a deal. That's what's going to happen. After you guys all die, they will make a deal. But hey, nice try. This was, from the very beginning, it was given how should I put it, a false narrative, in which was the big bad wolf, Russia, attacked you just because you're a victim and you're good and they're bad. You will defend your statehood, your nation, and all that. And then there are those good people in the West that will help you defend yourself. Well, it's not like that. You are used by those guys to defend their interests, and after you're all gone, because the Russians will work on that, after you're all gone, after they tested their weapons, after they tested their communication, their war capabilities, they invested the money in you, which is some big fat cats of industries made a lot of money on you. After you destroy your country, your nation is going to be decimated. Then they will make a deal with the Russians. Or if they don't, they will not make a deal. They will activate other imbeciles in the area, which could be the Romanians, could be the Poles, and definitely the guys in the Baltic states. By the way, 6.1 million people, total population of the 3 Baltic states. So you know who you're dealing with, okay? 6.1, not a mistake, 6.1 million people in those 3 Baltic states, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, versus Russia. Okay, just so you know who we're talking about. So when you hear the Baltic states are outraged, a city-state, but it's not Sparta. It's Gomorrah, okay, maybe. You know what I mean? All right, the Bible. Or Sodoma, which one you like. So here we have maybe both. We need the third one, which could be the Babylon. We use the scriptures. So here we have, my friends, these guys celebrating that they will receive more money so their nation is destroyed. But fighting for their country, for the good. All this could have been solved with no war. That's my problem with all this garbage. And I see the interests using the nationalist spirit in the Ukrainians to fight the Russians. That's the whole imbecility. The US Senate voted in favor. No wonder. But the draw law which combines funds for assistance to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, and humanitarian aid, was voted in favor by 66 out of the required 60. You see, it's close, man. It's close. I know it was something like a third, 2/3 or something. Yes, see, man, they fought hard. They fought hard. 66 senators out of the required 60 and against by 27. This is, how should I put it? These are not coincidences. This is not just happened. This is a game. Do you think that's just, they almost did it? That's just for us to think that they are over there fighting and it's opposition. You are almost there. The same as the garbage. It's garbage. When you see, oh, Republicans and Democrats are 51-48 for 49. 49-51. That's what they're, they want to make you think that really you have a chance. If you would go somewhere and say, well, you got 3%, the other guy got 97, you don't even bother. Either side, you don't even bother. With 3%, you can't reach beat the other guys who are 97. 97, you're going to say, 3%, fuck them. You're not going to get involved. You're not going to care. But like this, and you're going to lose interest. And say, this is rigged. No, you're not going to participate. You're not going to believe in the system. You remember when it was George W. Bush, when he won against the other guy, Al Gore? Remember the courts in Florida, I don't know, whoever was a court, I can't remember if it was the Supreme Court, a court says, stop the counting the votes in Florida. The system works. Why stop the votes? I want to know who won and who lost. Let's count them all, 50,000 times. Let's put them all together. Get all the eyes possible to see who really won. No, the court protected the system. We have to protect the system. What do you mean, protect the system? It's like you go for a surgery, or you or loved ones go to a surgery, and the surgeon comes out and say, hey, everything was per policy. The surgery was a success. We followed all the rules, all the procedures, but hey, the patient died in the process. But everything was good, man. Everything was done as required. I don't give a fuck. The goal is to save the patient. I don't care how you do it, abracadabra or babaluba kabaluba. Just save the patient. Cut the corners, break the laws. Just save the patient. I don't care if you follow the procedures and the result is garbage. The same in investigation work. The same it was. It was procedure. Did you follow the policy? Yes. Good. Let's go. Sign it. Let's go. Wait a minute. It's more to it. Don't worry about it. Did you check mark everything you needed to do per policy for the investigation? Yes, I did. That's good. You're good. Your ass is covered. Yeah, but if we deal a little bit more with this, we interview more, we might find something else. Policy was more important than the outcome, regardless if the outcome was just or not. Policy was the most important thing. So again here, if you think that these guys are 66 and 27 and oh my God, they're close, it's rigged. It's rigged. These guys, they don't have to tell you, hey, you're going to be 66. Yeah, we're going to be 27. Okay. They're smart enough to figure out who's who and how many they are. They communicate. They communicate like, hey, who's going to vote for what? And they know better. This bill had to pass and will pass in a house as well. So thank you very much for being with me again today. And in the meantime, the Ukrainians are celebrating their own destruction. Good. Well, I guess I'm all for our personal freedom in a way of if I choose to make a left or a right, regardless if I know, hey, it's good to me or bad to me. If I decide to harm myself, I should be allowed being a free person. If I'm allowed to have fun with myself, the same way. It's me. I decide what I do with me and my life. The rest, they should care about their lives and so on. I don't expect the government, I don't want the government to tell me, no, you can't cut your finger off. Because that would imply you have to go do it. No, you don't tell me what to do. Am I free or am I not free with my own body? My body, my choice. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.